Good morning and welcome to Waking Up with Don, and thanks for sticking with us at our new time of 6:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. I have a couple gentlemen here from the Sunshine Shuttle. You might have seen their signs up at the airport. Well, there's a lot more than just airport shuttles that these guys are into. They've got a thing called the Turtle Express that I think it's just a phenomenal idea. John Finch and Alan Roberts, welcome to the show.
Great, thank you for having us.
Thanks, Don.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, we talked a little bit a few days ago about the Turtle Express, but we just kind of scratched the surface on this whole new model of providing, for lack of a better term, public transportation to people.
Right.
It's really like private transportation, isn't it?
It is.
That's available to the public.
It's a community that has come together and has said, we're not going to wait on government. We're going to take this traffic problem and mitigate it ourselves. And all the businesses pitch in and pay into this program. And in return, they get a trolley stop where the Turtle Express stops in front of their business and or resort, picks all of their guests up or drops off guests every single hour. This is running all summer long from 11 a.m. to 12 midnight. And every week the ridership's going up, Don.
And this is out at 30A, right?
Yes, this is on 30A, and it's running from $3.95 to $83. This summer is a pilot program. We're starting with one trolley. Now, we did this over at Sandestin as well and started slowly. That program at Sandestin now runs 365 days a year. We're up to sometimes 12 trams an hour, within an hour running up there at Sandestin. So eventually we see 30A having 4 to 5 trolleys running from one end of 30A to the other, where you can literally now fly here and take a cab to 30A and you don't need a car. Or if you drive, which we are a drive-to destination, you drive your car here and you don't get in your car again until you go back home.
Just park it one time and have fun from there.
Absolutely. What does it do? It alleviates drinking and driving. It's environmentally friendly because you've got 25 or so people on a trolley. It's getting the cars off the road, which is the biggest problem on 30A. And it's just a win-win for the community because now we're taking customers and dropping them off in front of the businesses' doors there. I mean, what better way of marketing? If you're going to put your money into advertising, print or TV, why not put it into the Turtle?
Or daytime TV.
Yeah.
Shows like this.
Or shows like that.
Definitely.
No.
But, so a lot of people are funding this through their marketing budget.
So, Alan, you've got a background in marketing. What do you think of this model?
Well, it's very unique to put it succinctly. It's called transvertising. Basically, we came up with it.
Transvertising.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that goes right. That's hand in hand with infotainment.
Exactly. Exactly. You wanna stop. You wanna advertise. You wanna market. Put your money into the Turtle Express, and we'll drop people off right at your doorstep.
Now, you're doing this on 30A, and you're expanding your stops. I guess more people are buying into this, or more businesses, I should say. This is kind of the thing that socialists have always promised but could never deliver, and it takes capitalists to really deliver the goods, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, it's fun. Don, you're talking about the program. It's already expanding. We've got businesses that are calling, wanting to get on the program for next year. So we look to expand that program, bring in additional equipment, and continue to build on that.
We have to run off to the local weather, but I want to talk about the future expansion of the Turtle Express and all the other things that Sunshine Shuttle, I said it again, is doing.
You're doing well.
Thank you. I've been practicing. And now to your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm, westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with John Finch and Alan Roberts from Sunshine Shuttle.
Did it?
I'm getting it. I'm not tripping over it. And the Turtle Express, which is much easier for me to say.
Yes.
The Turtle Express, just for those of you who might have tuned in, is this transportation model that you have put together. And I guess it's a trolley?
Yes,
is that what it is?
Yes. A customized trolley that we built up north and got it shipped down here.
That brings people up and around 30A, so you don't have to drive your car.
Bingo.
Now, the people who pay for this are the businesses that benefit from those people coming to their doorstep.
Yes.
Which is kind of a cool thing to do. Do you see that growing beyond 30A?
We do, Don. We're right now in conversations at Scenic 98, also over in Panama City Beach. We did a pilot program last spring break, just a couple of months ago, where we had 2 shuttle buses running, and it was free, again, for all the students and the kids that were down here for spring break. That program was so successful, Don, that we're looking to roll that out to 10 to 15 shuttle buses for Panama City Beach for next spring break. That'll run for about 30 days.
I mean, really, if you're a parent and you're shipping your kid down to Panama City Beach for spring break, last thing you want them doing is driving. Isn't that right, Alan?
That's totally true. And we talk about this in meetings a lot. That's why Cancun has grown to be one of the, if not the #1 spring break attraction area in the world. Free transportation down there. And it's really great. I've been there, not during spring break, but I've been there, and it's fantastic. Get anywhere on Cancun, you can get downtown, back to your hotel any time of night.
Wow.
It's a really great system.
So why can't we have that here?
That's the question. You know, you really look at this region, and I like to compare us to, we're not Disney World, but in our own way, we've got our own unique little region here. And I always say that, you know, we've got the nicest water, the nicest beaches. Why not bring in free transportation and just separate our regions from every other region? And we have found a way to fund these types of programs. And, you know, people can participate even if they don't have a stop.
And
Don.
it's privately funded. And that's what appeals to so many people. Because everything that the government throws money at.
Right.
I mean,
these are
they're not even in your equation.
These are direct results. I mean, 250,000 people at Sandestin rode our program last year. So if you want to advertise the 250,000 people guaranteed, because there's video monitors on all our vehicles and on the Turtle Express and every program that we're going to expand, this is capitalism at its finest, because you can touch everybody you want to reach right on our vehicles.
Wow, I can't wait to ride one of these and see what's on TV there.
Good.
Your show.
Yeah, why not? Might as well. And that's just so awesome. I mean, you've got this private solution to this very public problem. I mean, anybody who's seen Hannity on about spring break, it's like, what a nightmare. Who wants to send their kid there? This will make it a little safer.
Absolutely.
For spring breakers. Actually, a lot safer.
Yes.
And ways to get around. We have to run off to a break, but I want to talk more about the safety aspect of riding the Turtle Express.
Right.
And we'll be right back after your Mad Hatter Minute.
Hi, I'm David Lovett, and this is your Mad Hatter Minute. Your life literally rides on your tires, and tires are not cheap. To maximize your auto investment dollars, you need to be rotating the tires. After thousands of miles of driving, you have uneven tire wear. Rotating the tires equalizes the natural tread wear patterns by changing the position of the tires. By rotating the tires regularly, you'll ensure a smoother, safer ride. Look at the sidewall of your tire. If there's arrows pointing in one direction, you have directional tires. You cannot take directional tires moving from the left to the right or the right to the left. They are designed to go in one way. You can rotate them from the front to the back and the back to the front. That's all. Non-directional tires are easier. They can be rotated from the left to the right to the front, from the front to the back, from the back to the front. Rotate them in a crisscross pattern to ensure even tire wear. And don't forget the spare tire. If you have a full-size spare, the full-size spare needs to be included in the rotation. How often should you rotate your tires? Well, to be for certain, check your owner's manual. Your owner's manual will also tell if that the vehicle originally came with directional or non-directional tires. Most manufacturers recommend rotating the tires every 5,000 miles. A good rule of thumb is every other oil change. I'm David Lovett, and that has been your Mad Hatter Minute.
Hey folks, this is Joshua Brown with Mad Hatter on 23rd Street. Is your check engine light on? If it is, text MADHAT28, that's MADHAT28, to 24247, and we'll check it for free.
Welcome back to the show. I have Pamela Elliott from Elliott Vocal Studios and Talent Agency here in the studio to give us some vocal tips. And
Hi, Don.
Hi, how are you? And maybe get us up to speed on what's going on out at Elliott Vocal Studios.
We can do that.
You've got your summer programs, I guess.
Yes.
How's that going?
Great. We had a couple of camps in June.
Yeah, for kids, basically, right?
Yes,
Summer camps.
and they were so fun.
Mm-hmm.
The kids had a great time, and
Yeah.
they learned a lot.
Yeah.
And we worked on all kinds of things. We introduced them to guitar and piano and even saxophone. Chris Godber came in and introduced us to saxophone. And some of you in Panama City know who Chris Godber is. He's fabulous. And so he came in and
is he with the local band?
acting
I don't
and-
know Chris. Maybe I've met him. So he
I
sounds
think
like
we've got him scheduled to come and play for you at some point.
Oh, good,
soon.
good. I can't wait to get him on the
yes,
show. Yeah.
he's great.
And there's something about a saxophone too. People like that sound, you know.
Yeah, he's just so good.
Yeah.
Enjoyed having him. But we
So
got
the
a
kids
lot of
enjoyed
things
that, I
going
guess.
on.
Yeah.
They were mesmerized.
Yeah.
They just couldn't believe it. He's just so good.
Yeah. So what else is going on with the kids out there?
We're
Are your summer
having.
programs wrapped up? Are they still going on? Or
They are fairly wrapped up. We still have
Uh-huh.
our classes going. We have our Monday night class at 6:30. And by the way, if you have a child that is from 8 to 12 years old, that Monday night class, they can come visit that class free.
okay.
So that is something that they can do. Also, they can, we have a class on Tuesdays for 5 to 7 years old, and it starts at 5:30 and goes to 6:15, and they can also visit that one time free as well to see if you like it, and see if they enjoy it, and if they do, then they can come back.
You know, and it's not just the whole music thing that draws them in there. I think it's the whole socialization thing, all these kids being together and having a common goal and enjoying music and learning about music.
They have a good time.
Yeah.
They make good friends. The camaraderie is great.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff, Sometimes I
Yeah.
wish I was a kid again and I could go to lessons. I
Yeah,
didn't
me
get any of
too.
that. Yeah, I know, but now you get to enjoy the children now.
No, I do. They're great,
Yeah.
and we have some fantastic teachers. We have some new teachers
really?
at the studio. We surely do.
Who's the fella I met who has that big voice? What was his
That
name?
is
again?
Stephen DeVillers.
Stephen DeVillers, that's right. How could I forget? What a
Yes.
big voice he has, and he's
Fabulous.
and he's a vocal coach there.
Yes, he is a vocal coach, and
Yeah.
also we've got Ariel Melvin.
We've
She's
had her
working
on the
with our
show. Yeah.
younger kids, and she is just an awesome vocalist and songwriter and musician, and also just wonderful with the kids.
And she's super talented too. I've told you this before. She reminds me of a young Pat Benatar. Just has this huge voice and has a great look, and she's so young too. It's
I
just
know.
amazing.
She
Yeah.
is. But she's
And she's
just
good with
so
the kids
great.
too. How about that?
Yes, she's really good.
So you got some great teachers there. You got Stephen and
Ariel,
Ariel.
and we've got Austin Lee, who is he teaches guitar, piano, bass guitar, and banjo.
wow.
Yeah, he is multi-talented, and we're going to have him come on the show sometime
You don't see
soon.
banjo players anymore.
Yeah, we'll have to make him bring his banjo. He's just
Yeah,
fantastic.
It's not as popular as guitar, but it's a cool instrument.
It
you
is
know?
so cool.
Do you have many people that come and say, "Hey, I want to learn how to play the banjo"? Or,
Absolutely.
Do you really?
We've
Yeah.
had several. Yes.
There was a YouTube video going around, and I have to send it to you, of a girl playing a ukulele, but it was an electric ukulele. She rocked that thing.
I heard about that. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet.
It was out in San Diego. I have to show that to you. It's just an amazing thing to watch.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were watching America's Got Talent the other night, and they had the two cello players, the brothers that
Yeah.
played, and they played a Jimi Hendrix song, and I was like, oh, it was so good. They were so good.
The great thing, it's funny you should bring that up, America's Got Talent. You've got the talent agency there too. So, when you're, teaching these youngsters, you can keep an eye out for that type of talent too. So it's really kind of
Yes.
a natural continuum of things there that are going on
Yes.
at Elliott Vocal Studios.
And we're going to be having some more open calls. We're going to have a musicians open call. We get a lot of calls for like weddings and different things like that. And we need really seasoned musicians for those kind of things.
Pamela Elliott, thanks so much for coming in and sharing some time with us and getting us smart on what's going on at Elliott Focal Studios and Talent Agency.
Thank you, Don.
And we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the show. I'm speaking with Alan and John about the Turtle Express and Sunshine Shuttle. You know, this express that you guys have created out there on 30A, you know, beside the benefits of advertising that we talked about and being able to deliver clients and customers to businesses, there's a safety benefit to this, isn't there?
Yeah, you know, Don, so many people come down here for vacation, and people are drinking and celebrating and having a good time, and this is a way they can get around by not drinking and driving.
Yeah.
And so that's just for the community. It's a safety, you know, a safe way to travel and get up and go to different restaurants and bars and experience the area without driving.
You know, Alan, even if we just break it down to basics, the less vehicles on the road, the safer you're going to be, right?
There's no doubt about it. We have graphics in all our presentations that show, you know, one shuttle with a stack of cars next to it, and we're taking all those cars off the road. Even the Turtle Express, it's one vehicle this summer. Let's say at the end of the summer there's 4,000 to 5,000, maybe 6,000 people that ride that vehicle. Well, that's 3,000 cars off of 30A during the summer.
Wow.
And that's huge.
There were a lot of second and third order effects to having those vehicles off the road. You know, one of them, of course, is safety, because there's less cars out there, drivers out there doing crazy stuff, and the drinking and all that. But also there's, you know, environmental benefits to this as well, isn't there?
Bingo. You know, one trolley, one engine, that alleviates 25 cars off the road at one time.
Wow.
So, you know, it's definitely...
You talk about the green and you talk about the safety. We've met with the fire chiefs both here in Bay County and in Walton County, and they all love this program because fewer cars on the road and on the egresses means quicker access to, you know, someone having problems in the water or any other kind of emergency situation. They can get there faster.
That's true. I mean, who would think about emergency vehicles? You get all these other cars off the road, they can get there. You know, I was, for a brief time, back in late 80s, early 90s, when I had hair and muscle mass, I was a New York City firefighter, and I remember sitting in traffic trying to get to a call.
Yeah.
And you were driving on sidewalks and crazy stuff. We did a hot dog truck once, but that's a whole other show.
Yeah, and Don, not to mention the restaurants. A lot of the restaurants' parking lots are to capacity, and yet they have room in the restaurant.
Yeah, that's
so,
right.
So, you know, if we can, it's just a win-win.
We got to run off to a break. I want to talk more about that whole capacity business on the other side of these messages. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. We are talking with the good people from Sunshine Shuttle and the Turtle Express, and we're talking about these creative private sector solutions to congestion. And before the break, you had mentioned that you pull up to a restaurant, you see a full parking lot, and you're like, parking lot's full, they're probably full, you drive away, you go somewhere else. You know, there may be a couple empty tables in there.
Yes,
It's
yes,
just
yes.
not enough parking.
Yes, and if you subscribe to the program, we're going to drop people off in front of your restaurant every 30 minutes. So what does that do for that business? Those are customers that they normally wouldn't have because the parking lot's full, but they've got plenty of room inside the restaurant. So it's a win-win for everybody involved there.
Yeah, I mean, that restaurant, I mean, they may not have adequate parking to begin with.
Right.
And then, you know, the place is, you know, maybe full, but not to capacity. And they can put it, so it really is.
Well,
it's
not
worth it
everybody's
to them.
driving a clown car. You know, you don't open the door and 15 people get out. Usually, it's the average is 2 people per car. So you factor in a trolley that carries 25 people. You know, that's a lot of cars off the road in every half hour. Adds up.
You say 2 people per car, but a lot of times it's like, hey man, meet me for dinner. Okay, and you'll have a group of people coming in separate cars.
That's right.
I mean, I've been there 100 times on this beach like that.
Yes.
That's exactly right, and that's exactly what we're trying to get away from, or at least start educating people on these types of programs, because no one's ever going to give up their car. I mean, let's face it. I mean, we're not. We have cars, obviously. That's how we got here. But you know, when you're on vacation, the last thing my wife and I want to do, we just went to San Francisco, is rent a car.
Yeah.
We can get around and we took a tour to Monterey on a bus, and the same kind of bus that we own, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Denver a few years ago. Now, this was a public transportation, but the bus was free.
Exactly.
So,
changing the culture is what we're doing here, where you can either fly here and take a cab and get dropped off, or you can drive your car down here, park it, and never get in it again. And it's green, it's environmentally friendly, it's safe, no drinking and driving, and it's a win-win for the community. And these are programs that are happening right now, and people can participate in by contacting us and subscribing to the program, so we can expand for next year.
SunshineShuttle.com.
SunshineShuttle.com. And John Finch and Alan Roberts, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks,
and we
Don.
will see you next time.